and analysis.
Hey, High Impact.
How may I help you?
Who is the shortest basketball player in the world?
I like your curiosity to tell you. Muggsy Bogues is the shortest player in the National Basketball Association history, listed at 5 feet 3 inches tall. He was drafted 12th overall by the Washington Bullets in 1987.
Oh, wow, that's interesting.
I'm glad you asked.
Hey, High Impact.
Hi, how may I help you?
So I have chess game with my friend later on today. When is the best time to play chess game?
I guess you're bored. Usually in the evening, but definitely before you are too tired. My very best chess, of course, is generally played at the times when I'm winning, unless my opponent decides to take a bow.
I'm definitely not taking a bow. Thank you.
I hope you win.
Hey, High Impact.
Hi, how may I help?
Yes. Who exactly is the youngest swimmer in the world?
Oh, I'll tell you. Alzin Tarek, age 10, is the youngest and 3. Tarek is...
Oh, wow.
Yes, I'm glad I...
Hey, High Impact.
How may I help you?
Who is the fastest man?
That's very simple. It's Usain Bolt. He is the fastest runner on the planet, setting the world record for the shortest 100 meters sprint time of 9.58 seconds.
Wow, thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, High Impact.
Hi, how may I help you?
Which club is the first to win Champions League?
That's very easy. Real Madrid. The first Champions League was won by Real Madrid during the 1955 and 1956 season.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
From the greens of golf to the court of tennis, join the sports crew. Golf to the court of tennis, join the sports crew on Sport Hall, 6 to 7 p.m. Mondays and Wednesdays, Fridays 5 to 6 p.m. and 2 p.m. on Saturdays. Here on Sport Hall, 6 to 7 p.m. Mondays and Wednesdays, Fridays 5 to 6 p.m. Enter on High Impact Radio 102.1 FM Lagos. Reviews, views, and interviews just the way you like it. Exclusive on High Impact Radio 102.1 FM Lagos. Sport Hub for all the updates and analysis. This is Sport FM.
Sports also is live on your radio. Impact Radio 102.1 FM. Second installment of the show for today, Wednesday, the 18th day in the month of February, year 2026. I record that I've been here this morning on Sports in a Jiffy, your early morning sport tonic, to in bits and in pieces. And we're back here now this evening to dissect all of these hot topics, go straight into the nitty-gritty of all of the major stories making the rounds. Whether you're a sports person or you're just someone who loves the thrill of the game, and keep track of these updates and more. Follow us across on FM as well as on our YouTube channel at Impact 102.1 FM. Our Sports Talk Show comes to your listening pleasure on Mondays and Wednesdays, 6 p.m. down to 7 p.m. and on Fridays, 5 to 6, the flip side of 10. Welcome aboard this amazing ride this evening. Without further ado, we'll be getting the show on the road. Ayodeji Ajiboye is my name. Absolute honor to be your host on the show this evening. I will start with the reaction from the matches that went down last night. Of course, an amazing game, a super game, super goal, which is supposed to be the talk of the town. Even the celebration is what we should be talking about right now. But then, being mad by one thing that we've always been clamoring for. Why? Why do we segregate when it comes to color? Why do we use Vinicius Junior once again on the receiving end of racist abuse in that game between Benfica and also Real Madrid last night. Other matches that went down, we also saw Galatasaray defeating Juventus 5-2. The first time that is happening against them, and that's the first time Galatasaray is also scoring 5 goals in the UEFA Champions League. Because on Monday when we're talking about that game, when we're previewing that game, it was being said that Juventus has never won any game that they've played against Galatasaray right there in Turkey, and of course it happened yesterday this evening. Welcome to the show, Cyril.
Good evening, everyone, and good evening to everybody listening to us at home. Like you rightly said, interesting matches from last night, and the result is certain to see in football.
I mean, this is 2026 for crying out loud.
Exactly, and I've read so many comments online, and the most baffling thing was, why is it always Vini Jr.? And it doesn't. Racism is still in football, no doubt about that.
Yes,
but. And some people were making example like the likes of Dani Alves took it with us, even at the last Nations Cup. But I don't at our goalkeeper ate it as well.
Yeah.
So you don't racist is.
I saw a particular update that said, why does Vini Jr. have to go and celebrate at the corner flag of the opponent? Like that's like a trigger. But man, when the fans are booing in the stadium, when they actually
excuse for all of these things as well. Before that goal, there was booing in that stadium. Yeah. So Vini was actually going.
He or she should celebrate.
Exactly.
And of course, a couple of other talks about that particular game from last night, especially with Jose Mourinho, who at a point, deflected from the question that was being asked. And I mean, I think he left football and then he did what a typical Jose Mourinho is going to do, play towards his employee.
Exactly, a typical Jose Mourinho. I'm even surprised with the way he was deflecting the purpose of the book as well. But we have a common issue here, which is racism. Which is supposed to be tackled, supposed to be book as well. But we have a common issue here, which is racism. Which is supposed to be tackled, which is supposed to be faced.
This morning, and they are saying that there is no Vinicius Junior with a
player president in question. You actually want to say something, and you actually pull your clothes to cover your mouth.
I mean, whatever it is, he did put himself in this situation. He was not looking like someone who had code proud in that game. So what's the reason for putting your clothes over your mouth?
If not that you want to say something that's going to slide Vinicius, that's going to rally him up, which he actually did as well. He reported to the referee as well. So at the point when the whole drama, it was, we are supposed to be talking about football and not
racism,
all of this issue.
Alleged racist abuse in that particular game. Other games that also went down yesterday evening, we also saw the game between Paris Saint-Germain and Monaco. Of course, the first leg with Paris Saint-Germain taking that slender advantage into the second leg that will be played next week. 3-2 it ended, and I tell you, they have Desiree Doe to thank for that game.
Exactly, and good one for Paris Saint-Germain last night, because Monaco actually started like a house on fire. Within the five,
they knew what they wanted.
Within the first 5 minutes, they already want to go up as well, and I was like, it's going to be a long night for Paris Saint-Germain.
I mean, Folani Balogun had the brace in that game.
Exactly, he had the brace. He also had a good game generally, but as the game goes on, Paris Saint-Germain continues to grow into the game, and they know each other. And if there's any team that need that game most, it actually has to be Paris Saint-Germain.
Has to be Paris Saint-Germain, and then they went all out for that particular game yesterday evening. There was also the game between Borussia Dortmund and also Atlantic Sports Offshore 9 Power Radio 102.1 FM. Don't forget, you can get interactive with us. We are live on our Facebook fan page at impact Radio 102.1 FM, as well as on our YouTube channel at impact 102.1 FM. Quickly going straight into some of the top stories that we have in front of us before we skedaddle back to Europe this evening. Let's start with talks from the Nigerian Premier Football League. Of course, so we've seen it together right now. A bit of matches going down. That's match day 22 between Kwara United and also Rivers United happening right there out there. George Ini Membo of the Rashidi Yekini Stadium in Ilorin, and the game ending in a 1-1 draw between Kwara United and Rivers United. I tell you, maybe not too good affair that one is for both sides, because Rivers United, they need to continue to mount pressure on the teams that are ahead of them. They have 41 points from 21 matches played so far, while the team that's currently topping the NPFL table has 44 points from 26 matches. That is tell you that our first and second teams have played 4 games more than,
just leading them by just 3 points. And they have 4 matches to play.
No, from after this game now, it's going to be.
Now I think Rivers United still owes the hate to this league as well, even though their representation at CAF is nothing to write home about.
Let's not talk about that.
But for Rivers United, I think getting a draw for away to Kwara United is actually a good one for them as well. So they are still keeping tab with Ikorodu City, which is sitting top at the
even Enugu Rangers.
Even Enugu Rangers as well.
Yeah. All right, away from that, let's talk about age grade football. We'll talk about the Super Falcons. I remember sometimes last month we were talking about how the Nigerian Football Federation seemed to be having a bit of neglect for female football. Honestly, if you are going to be honest, because these ladies are going to be playing in the WAFCON, defending their title, by the way, in the next 26 days, because WAFCON is just next month, which is going to be, if I'm not mistaken, March 14 is when the tournament is going to be starting. And at the point we heard that there's going to be this 4-nation tournament that is involving nations in the WAFU B, Ivory Coast, Ghana, Nigeria, playing in that 4-nation tournament, because all of the 4 countries will be the ones that will be playing in the WAFCON. And out of nowhere, out of the blues, all of a sudden, we are hearing that that 4-nation tournament has been cancelled.
Well, I don't know whatever it is that happened that made them cancel that 4-nation tournament as well, but that is by the way. And we are complaining about the Super Falcons not getting preparatory matches for this WAFCON as well, and the one we are hoping they are going to even use as a preparatory.
Well, I think they went straight into action, because right now it's been said that they are now going to be playing against the Lioness of Cameroon, the same Lioness they played against prior to the last WAFCON that was played in 2025.
At this point, we will just accept whatever comes, because the girls actually have to be match.
Even at that, do you know that it's just 10 days to this particular friendly that they say they are going to play, and the list of the players that will be perusing that tournament is not out.
It's not even out yet, and you wonder what those at the MFA are actually doing with this, especially when it comes to women football in Nigeria as well. Even the coach at this point now, when the tournament proper now comes, you'll be setting targets for the coach as well. And well, it's women football, and whether we always feel whether we have preparatory games or not, the Super Falcons
that they will do well.
The Super Falcons are actually going out there to make us proud as well. But we should also understand that all the African nations are actually catching up with us. The likes of Morocco, the Science, and Imagine. And they didn't
play during the international break in November. There was no friendly
prepared for them to even partake in it.
Well, the 13th Women African Cup of Nations is going to be held in Morocco from March 17th now down to April 3rd, 2026, and all of the semi-finalists, that's the 4 of them, will qualify directly for the 2027 FIFA Women's World Cup right in Brazil. It is no news that they're having a record 10 titles, and if they go ahead this time around again, they most definitely will be going for an unprecedented 11th continental. And I was talking about the Super Falcons, where their opponents, I was talking about the Lioness of Cameroon, have now released the list of the players that will be perusing that game for them. I mean, you're playing against a team, the team has already released their own list. Why you'll also be playing in the game? We don't even have friendly doubleheader against the Super Falcons. The Mundi as preparations intensify for the 2 high-profile encounters against their West African rivals. Both games most definitely will be played right there as part of preparations for both countries going into the tournament. All hands in glove, I will wait to see the players that Coach Justin Madugu will be inviting to come there. And still talking about great football, the Falconets now said that they will be resuming camp for their crucial FIFA Under-20, the Senegalese ladies, both home and away, to now make it to the decisive final round. The game is going to be played against Malawi.
Good one for the Falconets, and we are hoping that is that scoreline even enough to take into the second leg. But the second leg they also win by 2-1. So good one to the Falconets as well, and then to the final round.